Welcome back, baby.
Just Joshin. I'm spending this holiday locked in. My body got rid of them toxins. Sports in the top 10.
Just Joshin, bringing you guys a brand new episode. We got a ex-manager of mine, great friend, and just a wonderful person. His name's Wayno. So we'll just hop right into it. Welcome, Wayne. Welcome.
What's going on?
Haven't talked to you in a while. I mean, we talk occasionally in our Snapchat group chat. But other than that, we just
Second helping.
Yeah, our second helping, Skip. Little tease into what we're kind of going to talk about today. I'm super excited to talk about the obesity with you, and you're not like shy with it. You embrace that it's part of your life, and you work at it, and I admire that. And at one point, we were just talking before we started the podcast. Give context now. Growing up, have always kind of felt like had it, or like you've dealt with it, and then for a period of time when we were both doing boxing at the same time, we were grinding, and you got down to, what was it? You said
347.
Wow, 347. Yeah, and then obviously COVID kind of happened, made everything a little worse, but. So here, give us a background of
Sure.
Yeah, just give us a rundown of like kind of your life, and just you can say pretty much anything, but yeah, just talk about like kind of how it happened, how you felt, and stuff like that.
So from birth, I've been a big baby. I was almost 11 pounds at birth. I knocked out my mom's gallbladder on accident. So,
like during
to put
birth?
it in perspective. Yeah. To put it into perspective, I was a big boy. I actually held the record at Oswego Hospital for being the biggest baby born. So straight out of birth, I was breaking records,
Destined for greatness, bro.
Kindergarten, biggest kid, always had to deal with weight issues. Grew up elementary. I used to get picked on a lot with my weight.
Yeah.
Like most kids do,
Yeah.
But as a kid, you're not like, your brain isn't, thinking feelings, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's whatever you can do to fit in and stuff. So I was the odd man out. I was the different one for being really tall and really big. I always wanted to do sports. In elementary school, I wanted to do Pop Warner football. I brought my paper home to my mom. She was going to sign me up and everything, and I was too big. They told me I weighed too much. Yeah, weighed too much to do a sport.
How
to do
old-
something
how old
to
were
make
you?
myself healthy. 4th grade, 3rd grade.
Wow.
Young. I mean, it was pop. So as a kid, being 8, 9 years old, being told you're too fat to even do a sport, like, it hurts,
Oh yeah, that's
my
like
mom tried to get me. Yeah, she tried to get me into like the higher,
levels.
age group.
Yeah.
It was too dangerous. I remember coming home crying, just upset, and she told me, she's like, they told me that in 7th grade you can play, there's no weight limits. So I patiently waited till 7th grade. And then in 7th grade, I remember I weighed in, I was 275 pounds in 7th grade.
Wow.
So yeah, from perspective, I've always been big. My whole life, I've always been a big guy. 275 pounds in 7th grade. That was where I met Mean Gene Mills,
Okay.
the one who was on your last show. Yeah, big mentor of mine. I look up highly to him. He was my football coach. It was actually his like first year fully coaching at Phoenix. I was on his football team, and I remember him pushing me hard. That was where he, deemed the nickname Big Wayno. That's where I've always been called
really?
Big Wayno.
So that was the origins of that?
Yeah. He's the one who started. He always just called me, hey, Big Wayno, and it stuck. It stuck. And he got me into wrestling, which led to me doing track, which led to confidence. My confidence went up. I started feeling better about myself. I started increasing in popularity just because I started not taking things so serious as far as like name calling and stuff like that. I just started becoming who I am,
No, yeah.
High school, played football, did sports all through high school. I was prom king, homecoming king. I mean, I did a lot. I was just very outgoing. You know, your whole mood and your whole personality changes. And I thank sports a lot for that.
No, yeah.
And that's why, like with you, you know, wanting to become a phys ed teacher and stuff like that. I think it's great. Because that kind of transitions into, you know, us doing boxing together and stuff like that. But out of high school, went into college. That was where I really started kind of let myself go. I stopped doing sports.
Yeah.
Um,
Wait, real quick, how tall were you
Yeah.
in you're like what now, 6'1" or 6
I'm 6'2" right now.
okay, 6'2". How
Um,
tall were you in like high school and elementary school when you like got denied, or middle school I could say?
yeah. So I don't remember my exact height. I just always know they would like. I was always in the back row of pictures, and I was always,
Okay.
you know, they do it by height. Like I was always one of the tallest in the class.
Yeah.
We had a couple kids at Phoenix that were a little taller than me, but I was probably one of the tallest.
Yeah.
Definitely the widest. I was the biggest person, as biggest person to walk through there. You know, I know my senior year of high school, I was 410 pounds
Wow. That's
playing
crazy.
football. Yeah, I was a big boy. I wish I would have maintained my weight in high school when I was doing sports. Gene Mills kept trying to work with me on it, and you know, just your mindset's not there, man. You're thinking about everything else, and
Yeah.
you think you got the whole life, you know, your whole life ahead of you and everything, and it just creeps on you. But so I went from 275 pounds to 410 pounds from seventh grade to senior year. Now, granted, I was growing too. You know, I was just getting taller
Yeah,
and
yeah.
bigger. I definitely built some muscle mass. Um, I don't look what my weight is. I just don't. You know, a lot of people can't believe what I am currently, which, you know, we'll get there.
No,
But
yeah.
so then go after high school, after college, I worked at Mark's Pizzeria, you know,
Yes, sir.
pretty much straight out of college. I was there almost 10 years. So working in a pizza shop for almost 10 years, working 50 to 60 hours a week, eating pizza, eating wings, you know,
Yeah.
you just pack on the weight. And when you're already a big guy, it don't take much.
And that's the
So
thing
I
too.
got,
Like real quick, I want to talk
yeah.
about that too, because when I mean,
Mhm.
granted, I've never had obesity problems. I've never had like weight issues, but like I know,
Right.
I remember my senior year of high school when I started working. I was working at Wendy's. Dude, it just becomes so convenient and it's dangerous. Like when you work in a restaurant or any type of food business, it can get dangerous because you don't
Yeah.
because the food is just so easily available. Like, you can just buy it and it's usually discounted. So like you're buying cheap food for little to no money and you can just eat it every time you work, and that was a problem for me. I wasn't gaining weight, but I was definitely getting chunkier, and then I
Right.
started boxing and then I started lifting and then it just completely went away. But no, go ahead. Sorry. I just remembered that. I was just
No,
saying
you're good.
it's a dangerous thing. That food business shit. It is
No,
dangerous.
and it's a good point because, like, if I was working at like Whole Foods or something, or like, you know, somewhere like there where it was all healthy options, maybe I wouldn't have blown up as big as I did. But pizza's also delicious, you know, wings are delicious.
Exactly.
So you're gonna, if you can get it for cheap, you're gonna eat it,
I know
you
it's like it
know?
was like $1 a slice when I worked there, and then sometimes we'd even take it home for free if it was like later in the night or some shit. So
Yeah,
yeah, it was
yeah.
just it's too easy.
I so fast forward to me being around 600 pounds now. 600 pounds. You wouldn't know it by looking at me. You'd think at least probably 450, 500, but I was 600 and something. I have a decent amount of muscle mass, body mass. You know, just I carry it well. I was working 50 to 60 hours a week at 600 pounds.
Yeah,
So, um, go to Pizza Hut one day. I go in with my family, and the chair breaks on me
mm,
in there.
that's
Um, there was a birthday party behind me. I was embarrassed.
yeah,
I was embarrassed. It was like a low point. Um, so then I started thinking, you know, maybe I'll look into getting gastric bypass,
yeah.
getting the weight loss surgery. So now we're at about 2014. I think this
How
was
old were you at the
2014.
Pizza Hut like when that happened?
About 27,
Wow,
27 years old, I think,
damn.
roughly around there, 27, 28. I so I end up signing up. I went to a consultation for Dr. Graber. Um, and they weighed me, and I was 622 pounds.
Was that your
And I'm
most?
like, oh my. yeah, most I ever
Yeah.
have seen on a scale. And I couldn't believe it. My jaw dropped. Like I knew I was big. I never knew I got
No,
that
yeah.
big.
Yeah.
Up to a 8XL shirt. Um, so I he sat me down. He was talking with me. He said I'd be a good candidate for the surgery. Wanted me to lose 100 pounds on my own to prove me. They need to show I could lose the weight.
Yeah.
Um, he made a good point to me. He said, "You were 400 pounds in high school. 8 years later, you're now 600 pounds. Where do you think you're going to be 8 years from now? You know,
Yeah.
in a coffin, if I could fit in it. You know, I saw it scared me. So then I started just working out on my own, cold turkey, while working at pizza. Working at Mark's
Yeah.
Pizzeria. Um, Started losing the weight. I started doing really good on my own. Right around, I got down to 510 pounds.
I think we knew each other at this time, right?
We did right about this time. Actually, prior to you coming, I do have one quick story. I started with Advocare. I don't know if many
Yeah,
people
Coach
know about
Frank. Coach
Advocare.
Frank gave that. He was
That was
he's
what
a
I
bit
started with.
advocate of it.
Yeah. One of my good friends, Paul Sanger and Mike Haynes, they started it, and that kind of I jumped on board with it. I lost 50 pounds in the first month
Hmm.
just from being as big as I am, water weight, things like that. I lost 50 pounds. I remember calling my brother one day. I got out of work. It was a stressful day. I was on day 23 of it or 22 of it. The scale saying error. It was a 550-pound scale, and it just kept saying error. Every day I weighed myself. I'm like, someday it's going to give me a number. I remember calling him. I was like, I'm done. I can't do this. I'm going to McDonald's. I'm getting food. Like, I can't deal with this anymore. Like, I'm done.
Mm.
He yelled at me. We had a good long talk.
That was your brother.
I went home. Yeah, went home, had my chicken and my vegetables. 3 days later, the scale finally read 558. And that was like from there, it was just smooth sailing. Like, I just knew I was doing something right.
Oh yeah.
Got to 500, met you. Uh, Started doing boxing. That was where they introduced me to Coach Frankie,
Hmm.
who you have also done a video with. Awesome guy, owe a lot to him. Um, then I started kind of reinventing myself, man. I started really grinding, getting it down. I used to go to the Parkway. I did like a 6 mile walk / run before boxing practice. Then I would stay an extra hour or two after to work out to lose an extra pound or two. And I was doing this at 400 and something pounds,
Hmm.
so it wasn't easy. I had you right there with me though,
Yeah, buddy.
beating each other up. You were spunky. You're definitely spunky. You're a scrappy little guy.
Of
Um,
course, got to make up for it
you know,
somehow. I'm too small.
well, that's the thing too. For being like a smaller guy, man, you hit like a truck, and you could. And but I mean, we built a great relationship, great friendship.
Yeah,
Through that,
boxing only made it stronger. Yeah, I was gonna say like
right? I
we
mean,
were super
we
close at
already got
work.
along at
Yeah,
work.
so
But like just boxing, brought us closer together. And like Coach Frankie said, like my beach day when I got down to 350, you were
crazy.
right there with me, and that was the high point.
Yeah,
And so, I got down, reaching those goals was awesome. But then, life hit me, man. Like, you start, I lost my grandma, I lost my grandpa. I
yeah.
lost so many people in my life. I think about 5 family members very close to me over the last probably 4 or 5 years. Both of my
Wow.
dogs. Then Mark's Pizzeria closed in 2017. So then I was unemployed.
And that was
Um,
4 years ago. Holy shit.
yeah, man. 4 years ago. During all that time, I've had to try to reinvent myself. I kept trying to get back on the wagon and couldn't. I was eating like crap again. The weight got put back on so fast. Tried to go back to boxing a few times. My body just didn't want to hold up anymore like it used to. I'm 34 now.
Hmm.
Not that that's old, but you start to feel things a little more in the morning, and
Yeah.
um,
Well, I think it's also
I
the weight too. Like obviously, like the average 34-year-old isn't
right,
carrying the same amount of weight as you are. So you trying to do all this stuff, you have to work substantially harder, and like, and it just it's an unfortunate situation, and
Right.
all that shit you were just saying, like with everything that's happened, like, and it just keeps happening. It just feels like it just
Yeah.
it's tough, and yeah,
Yeah.
I the admiration I have for how hard I know you work, and the how hard I know you're willing to work is why I know you'll be all right. In the end, you'll be all right. I know you will.
Thank you. Yeah. I always have my own little like motto, like I'm not gonna quit until I'm in the ground.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm just not going to. Whether I fully succeed and reach the goals I want to reach, or whether I don't, at least I know I could die trying.
yeah,
You know, I don't smoke, don't drink. I don't. I do have some good things going for me. It's just my eating. That's my comfort. That's where I go.
yeah.
That's my happy place. So it's trying to find that new happy place. Um, Most recently, I went back to trying to get gastric bypass. I've gone through all the steps of it, except for I have a nutritional exam on the 30th, or nutritional assessment. After that, I think it's just like an EKG and then surgery. So hopefully I should be having surgery in the next couple months, and I regret not getting it way back in the day, but I thought I could just keep it off on my own.
So what you and then once
Um,
that surgery happens, it's a grind, baby.
that's it, man.
A
And I'll be,
grind.
I'll be ready to go.
Hell yeah.
Um, I actually want to get with you once I do get the surgery and everything and start getting back to work,
Yeah, buddy.
you know.
Fuck yeah.
But yeah, it's not easy. I try to be an advocate for people who are trying to lose weight because I deal with the struggles every day.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people out there, you know. And sometimes just our living environment doesn't help, just what
Oh,
you
I
do, your
know.
daily routine. When I worked at Mark's, it was easy to pack the weight on. Coach Frankie told me, he said, for what you do is admirable. He said, because you're like a crack addict working in a crack house trying not to smoke the
Yeah,
crack.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
No.
and that's the best way of putting it. I was working in pizza. I was surrounded by junk food, and I was able to lose almost 300 pounds on my own. So I know I can do it again. I work for Wegmans now. They're great with nutrition and all that stuff and healthy living. So
Oh yeah.
now it's just getting on board and getting rolling.
Yeah, buddy. The I remember you saying a while back, like this is when we were working at Mark's Pizzeria. You someone was it your doctors or someone told you you're not going to make it past 30, and then I remember when you turned 30, it was kind of like a big fuck you to whoever said that. I don't remember who it was. I can't remember.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. So when I went to my doctor, they told me that, at this rate, you're not gonna live very much longer because you're gonna put yourself in the ground type thing.
Yeah, yeah.
I was speaking with a buddy of mine, and he made a bet. He goes, "I'll bet you $20 that you'll be dead by 30."
Okay.
And now it sounds horrible to say,
But obviously you were
but
close. Okay, yeah.
yeah, he meant it with the best of intentions. He meant it as like a driving power. Moral story is, I got my $20. I'm 34 now. Yeah, I mean, it was all in good fun. It was all a good joke. I like I said, I don't take things very personal. I
Yeah.
don't, me. I'll dish it out. as
You
much
make
as I can.
you make it to 30, you get your $20, and then die at 31.
Right? At least I'd have my $20. We used to make the jokes like, like I'd die at 29 and then he'd show up to my funeral and like take a watch off my wrist and be like, oh, now we're even, 'cause we didn't reach 30. But yeah,
Oh shit, that's so funny.
it is what it is.
Yeah, that is so funny. But no, so like all this stuff, it reminds me of just like back when we were at boxing. There was how often did you weigh yourself? Because I remember it like once a week.
Once a week.
Yeah, okay.
Once a week we did the weigh-ins, yep. And I tried to lose 5 pounds a week. That was my goal. If I didn't reach it, I stayed late till I reached it.
Yeah.
Sometimes reluctantly. Sometimes I didn't want to do it.
Oh yeah, dude.
But when you got good trainers, man, they don't let you quit.
Yeah,
So
they don't let you leave, so they'll push you to no end. It's crazy. But I mean, sometimes that's how it's got to be though.
right, exactly.
But well, we can talk a little bit more about this, but we'll kind of stray away from it for now. I want to talk a little bit
Hmm.
about like your work right now. You're working at Wegmans, like you said,
Yep.
um, and then you obviously gave me a bunch of stuff we could talk about. But let's talk about work, and then we can talk a little bit about how we met, like originally.
Yeah.
But we kind
Yeah.
of we briefly brushed over it when we were talking about the like your weight loss and like what you've gone through. But
Yep.
let's just do that. Run it. Let's do it.
All right. So yeah, now I currently work at Wegmans. Um, Pretty sure everybody knows what Wegmans is. I
If
mean, they're
not,
like one of the top.
you're not from this area. If you don't know what it
Yeah.
is, it's basically like a Publix. So if you're from the South or something, it's they're pretty much the exact same company. Just
Yeah.
Wegmans is a more of a Northeast thing, predominantly on the
Yep.
East Coast. So
Yep. And growing. I think there's 104 stores now.
yeah,
I've worked at many of them. After losing my job at Mark's, I was unemployed for about a month and a half. I hated it. I just didn't like
yeah,
getting a check every week, not work. You know what I mean? It's just weird. I want to work. I want to earn more money than just a base
that's
pay.
more than most people because collecting
Yeah.
unemployment right now is ridiculous. It's fucking absurd.
Yep.
I will say
I
though, people that collect it are getting money though. It's so ridiculous. Like
Yeah, they are.
whatever.
Yeah, they are.
Fuck it. It's just
I
screwing everything else up. But
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's Yeah. What are you gonna do? Um Nothing. I so I ended up applying at Wegmans. I got the job part time. It was just a part time. They needed help in the deli. I was like, all right, well, I'll take it because like I know my skill set and I know that I can work my way up through the company
yeah,
as best I can. So I got in. I remember actually talking with Coach Frankie again, and I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I only know pizza. That's all I know. And he told me, he said, you're a lot more than just a guy who makes pizzas. He's like, you're a manager. You have a manager skill set. He's like, you can use that anywhere. You're more than just a pizza maker. You're a manager. And I'm like, okay, well, and it kind of stuck with me. I was like, all right, well, I got to know my
oh
worth.
yeah,
I got to know what I'm worth. So when I got at Wegmans, I hounded them and bugged them. I want to be full time. I want to get full time. I know what I can offer you guys. And they were very open about it all. I felt like good things were coming right around the corner, and I kind of held on. I got a call from Burn Dairy. They wanted to hire me on as a food service manager. It was like, I don't know, 17.50 an hour, benefits, stuff like that. And I was like, oh my God, it's way better when I'm working, but do I really want to work back making pizzas? Because I was like pizza and subs and stuff like that. I was like,
mm,
no. I was like, I got to branch away. Like my gut was telling me stay with Wegmans because I have a good future there. 4 months after being at Wegmans, I got promoted to a team leader role. 1 year later, department manager. Doesn't happen too often there, but it does happen. I just kind of stuck with my gut, and it ended up working out for me. Now couldn't be happier. I've been there 3 years. 3 years in January was 3 years, and
wow,
they've been nothing but great to me. And with me going through this whole surgery procedure and stuff like that, they're so accommodating. Just let us know when your surgery date is. You'll be right out. You get your pay and everything. Like they're great. So I'm very happy there.
yeah, that's amazing. I'm so glad it worked out for you. That's doesn't. I remember like when you went to Wegmans initially, and you were like, literally, like you said, 4 months later, you were already promoted. I'm like, holy shit! Like what? That was
Yeah.
insane. But you did it. I know your work ethic is great. People probably look at you and are like, this guy's probably super lazy or whatever. But
Well,
like,
and it's funny you say that because that's exactly why I try to have a good work ethic, not to just be like talking about myself this whole time, but like being a big guy, you don't want to be looked at as the lazy big guy. You don't want to be, oh, well, he's big, he ain't gonna. So I always had a self conscience of I don't want to be the slowest. I
mm,
don't want to be the slowest worker or person. So I always tried to strive to be better. Um, and it's panned out in life so far for me. So can't really complain.
no, yeah,
And I don't care what Puddin says. I taught you everything you know about Marks. All right, he didn't teach you nothing.
Mark, yeah, I was there before him. That guy,
Yeah,
he just stepped in and he needed the full time job. I didn't. That's why he took. That's why he's the
yeah,
manager.
yeah. No,
I
no, I love Puddin. He's a
no, I
good
know.
guy.
He's funny. He's a character.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
He's a big loser though. Okay.
Can't believe you put him on your show.
I know, dude. It was so funny. I asked this, so some of it was edited out. I had to edit out some of it. It was like a short portion of it because I was talking
Mhm.
about stuff like hobbies that he does, and
Okay.
okay. So I was asking about it, and he's like, "Whoa, you're not gonna include that, are you?" And I was like, "I know I don't have to." He's like, "Okay," because he likes to be like professional in front of a camera, but it's like just be yourself. It's not like we're
Right.
talking about shooting up heroin. Like we don't shoot up heroin. I'm just fucking like we were talking about smoking a little weed. Like that's all I was asking him about, and he was like, "Oh no,
That's his jam.
well, he doesn't do it as much now. I think he was saying, but regardless, I was just fucking. I asked him like,
Yeah,
would
now
you,
it's just cocaine and
bro? I know it's not like, yeah, you robbed that bank the other day, right? Like, fuck. I literally was just like, yo, you casually smoke. Like, I get it. I mean, New York is still pretty strict on it, so it's whatever. But
right,
I don't smoke
right.
personally, but I.
No, I don't either. But it's become more mainstream. You know, it's
It is.
everybody.
It's slowly becoming the thing. I mean, it's always. I
Yeah,
feel like it has been. I don't see the appeal of it. I just don't. But I'm not gonna shelter my like. I'm not gonna like come on. Like if I ever go on the mic or on camera, I'm always gonna be true to myself. So like I might
yeah,
at the time I might keep things professional, but like I'm not. If someone calls me out or like tries to like ask me a question, I'm not gonna lie. Like you know what I mean.
right,
But because
right.
obviously there's a when and a where depending on what you're doing, and but no, when I'm on here, I'll tell people like, yeah, I occasionally drink. I mean, I'm allowed to legally. I'm 24. I can literally drink.
You can drink if you want.
Yeah,
You're a big
exactly.
boy.
But yeah, like I'm not gonna hide. Like I don't smoke. And I don't just say that for the camera. I just don't. I just have
Right.
no appeal in it. Yeah, I'm a pretty basic dude. Work out, and sleep. That's pretty much all I do. Like
That's it. Make videos.
and this stuff. This stuff's fun. I love it. I want to talk a little bit more about football though for you.
Yeah.
We used to play a lot of backyard football.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we did.
That was great times. The only issue I ever had with it is it was always super late, and I was like, God, why couldn't we?
I
Like,
know.
and it's because obviously you have to wait till everyone's because we usually did it with a lot of the Marks employees, so like we wouldn't like everyone, no one would be available because either someone was working the morning or someone was working the night,
Yep.
and then after the stores closed, we were all available. So
And we
that,
played right in the parking lot.
I know.
Parking lot, but we played right on asphalt. You know,
Oh
no
yeah,
big
it's
deal.
great, bro. It's great. I don't think anybody ever fell though, and if they did, it
Uh,
wasn't like any major like injury or
we
like.
tried to play in the rain, like when it was rainy a little bit once. We had a couple twisted ankles, but it
Uh,
was nothing ever to. Yeah, I mean, we tried to take care of each other a little bit as
no,
best we
yeah,
could.
it was never.
You know.
Plus, we did 2-hand touch, so it was never anything crazy. Like
Right. Right.
we're just playing tackle on the the pavement. I remember like back when we would do that though, like we'd always I felt like every time it was a Nick closing or put in whatever Nick, he literally took forever to get his ass out there. Like the store would close and then like 40 minutes later he's finally ready. It's like, dude, what the fuck?
Well, let me tell you, Josh, it was an inside job because you want to know why? He could have been closed earlier. You want to know why he wasn't? He wanted us to be super tired so that by the time he went out there, he was nice and fresh and he could keep up with us. That's what it was. Don't let him fool you. And
Oh,
that was his way of
He's
keeping
not
up.
fooling anyone. I think he's just slow. That's all I was thinking. I was like, damn, you suck.
And I love it because we can rip on him right now and he's not even here to defend himself.
Exactly. Might have to get a put in and Wayne show. That's what
Oh my God, I would love it.
that'd be
I would
great.
love it.
That'd be hilarious. The
I
second,
can't wait to see the comment.
the second helpings episode. That'd be great.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
funny. Yeah. So actually, so we could talk the second helpings. I remember when we first made the group chat because we were the managers. Well, you two were mainly the managers, and
Yeah.
I helped out, but we made that chat, and Nick made the name of it. And at first, I was like, I can't remember what we were gonna do. It was like it was gonna be like a fat joke, but I don't remember exactly what it was. But
Yeah.
Nick was like, "Nah, let's just do second helpings because we always go back for more," or some shit like that. Like, and I thought that was really funny, so I just was like, whatever. And I'm glad that we've kind of kept. We don't like talking it that often, but I'm glad we keep in
No,
touch.
like we keep in touch on
Yeah,
that. Anytime
so-
something big happens, like with you and Rachel,
Yeah,
which congratulations. You know,
Thank you.
you were talking to us prior to the engagement about how like nervous you were and like
Oh
I'm
yeah,
gonna
dude.
do it.
Oh dude, I was so
Like,
nervous.
and then your video went viral.
Dude, I know
You got
the
like
one
almost,
I just
you
posted.
got almost a
Is like,
million views.
yeah, it almost. I think it did almost hit I think it stopped at like 875, but yeah, it was close to 1 million views on there. But then again, TikTok's easy to just get views, so I don't really look at that video as a success. I'd rather see
Right.
I'd rather see my podcast do well or my YouTube videos do well because one, they take more work, and two, it's more meaningful when they get views. TikTok, dude, you
Right.
literally can post some random shit, and you can post stuff that like if I recorded a YouTube video with my phone off my computer and then posted it and it blew up, it still it doesn't mean anything because it's not my work. Like I didn't do it,
Right.
and
Right.
to an extent it's fun. I post daily vlogs on TikTok, but to an extent I definitely feel like YouTube is more of where I'm trying to like be at, or like I want to where I want to go or what I want to do and shit. But yeah, it was funny though. It's funny that video blew up. I didn't expect it. Like I literally just my buddy was saying the story of it. I had the clip of it, and he was like, "Oh, you should just post it on TikTok with some like emotional music behind it." And I was like, "Sure, fuck it." And then it blew up. Like literally
Yep.
took off, and I was like, "This is crazy. Holy shit."
People love the sappy stuff, man.
I
And
know.
you were crying,
Dude,
which
I
just
know.
made it that much better.
Like a little
I mean, how
bitch.
could you not? You were emotional. You
Dude,
know?
I know, it's so funny. I said, I said to her, I said to my mom or something after, and she's like, "Oh my god, it was so cute." And I go, "Mom, I cried like a bitch." Like I was like, "What the fuck?" The video was perfect, and then I just break down and cry. I was like, "What the fuck?" But obviously, it was.
Okay, it would have been worse if you were crying when you asked and then she said no. Yeah, it really would have been
All right, well,
horrible.
at that point, I'm coming from the floor and hitting her with a nasty uppercut, and she's going down. Cause, nah, no way. I actually saw that like the uppercut thing. I saw that on TikTok like prior to asking her to marry me. It was like when you ask a girl if she marries you, or like when you get down on a knee to ask her and she says no, and then you just come up with the uppercut. It's so funny. I can't imagine like someone saying no.
Right.
The only case where I could see it is if like you and the girl don't ever talk about it at all. Like it's just
Right.
completely
Like you never
random.
prior discussed it.
Yeah, like obviously Rachel didn't know it was happening, but like we've talked about like potentially getting engaged or potentially like marrying each other one day, and I couldn't imagine. And my buddies are all fucking busting my balls like, "Oh, what if she says no?" And I was like, there's literally no chance she says no, and if she does, then I'm gonna be single because I'm not like, there's no way
Right.
if a girl said no, there's no way I can stay with them. There's no way.
It would tear you apart.
I know, it's like, why would you say if you want to be with me
Yeah.
still, but yet you don't want to get married? Like what? Like that doesn't make sense. But that's great. Oh shit, that's so funny. So what's up, Wayne? You got anything you're curious like what's going on with me?
Well, I know you got your engagement. Do you have a wedding date planned yet, or are you waiting on
Not at
COVID?
all. Yeah, we're waiting for COVID to kind of blow over.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's COVID. It's fucked everything. It's so bad.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's
I hear you.
so stupid. Oh my god, it's so dumb. I can't wait for it just to be over. I really can't.
What are you gonna do? Chicken and fish, or what's the meals?
I have no idea. She's probably gonna be the main planner.
All right,
This
I'll
is
take chicken.
this is something that I got you. She's the main planner for this stuff. She's more interested. I'm obviously there to have fun, but
The wedding's mostly about the girl, man. That's like their dream day, you
yeah,
know.
I'm just there.
Yeah.
I said
Well,
to
you
her,
gotta be excited.
it's funny. I said to her, I was like, "You probably only said yes so you can have a wedding."
Afterwards, it's
She's
over.
gone. It's on. It's on. It's over.
After the honeymoon, you're
It's not
gone.
even a honeymoon. She has she just
She got
thinks,
one ticket, one plane ticket. She's gone.
she like, oh shit. All right, well, see you.
Yeah. How much more time you got left in college? Are you done with college?
I'm done with school. I just got to do my certifications, but I don't know what's going on, dude. I have very I'm back and forth right now whether I want to actually teach or not. Like, cuz
Okay.
one, I mean, COVID's a bad excuse, so I'm not going to even use it, but like the kids nowadays are like, they're getting, I don't know, dude, how to explain it. They're just very bad. And the kids and my biggest fear is like, because again, I'm a very honest person, but I know how to be professional, like especially in a school
Right.
setting. Like if people saw me teach, they would see a completely different person, although I'd still stay true to myself. Like I'm not going to change my
Right.
morals and like coddle a child because they don't want to do something. It's like, no, get your ass up and do that. Like I wouldn't say that, but in my head I'm like, get your ass up and let's do this, especially
Right.
in PE, because I feel like I'm the coach and like they got to listen. Like my biggest thing is being able to be authoritative with them while being their friend. Like I want to be their friend. I want them to come, students to be able to come to me and trust me, but I also don't want to be a pushover. Like
Right.
I don't, that's just not me. Like the kids need to respect me. So when I taught at middle school in Central Square Middle for my student teaching, I was great friends. I was very close with all the students, but they respected me. Like I had students telling other students to be quiet while I was talking because they respected me so much. Like that's what
Yeah.
I want. That's what I want. But then you'll go like now I feel like the kids like growing up now, they just don't give a shit. And like if they don't and that's the thing, if I say like some of the stuff I said at Central Square, like I would get loud and I wouldn't ever get in the kid's face, but I'd press the kid and be like, "Look, are you going to be disrespectful or what?" Like but if I do that now, I feel like you can lose your job. Like, cause they'll go to
Mhm.
their parents, they'll say, "Oh, this teacher did this to me," and then all the kids, like, you just have to be careful and like,
The teacher's pegged as the enemy.
yeah,
In a lot
in
of
every
cases.
situation, and it's like, dude, how am I supposed to control a classroom of a bunch of Neanderthals if I can't get like be authoritative and raise my voice at them without them getting
Well,
offended or like telling their parents that they don't like me. Like I don't get like that
right.
whole situation's bad for teachers.
Have you ever thought about more than just teaching kids? Like, have you ever thought about like personal training
No,
and
I that's exactly
getting
what I'm doing.
like
That's what I want to do.
because you'd be perfect for that, you
No,
know?
that's it. Yeah.
You
So
you love physical fitness. I mean, you could start your own. I know gyms are hard nowadays, they're almost a
yeah.
dime a dozen anywhere you can find a gym, but you could be unique in your own style, as in like, you know, the personal one-on-ones, the adaptability of like I don't really know where I'm going with this, but like you put your all into people. Like once you commit to somebody, like you're there, and
No,
that's
yeah.
just that's the way you are as a teacher. And I could see you having that level with somebody to where you could be very, profitable. And like you said, the disrespect part, that really wouldn't be there if you were dealing with
Oh
older
yeah.
people,
No, if I'm like personal training, like someone who wants to be there to learn stuff, like they're
right?
gonna listen to me regardless, and that's how
Because
like
they're paying for it,
exactly yeah.
So,
And it's not even at the
you know,
money at the end of the day. Like obviously I need to make money to live, but like I wouldn't necessarily only do it for the money. Like I genuinely would like to help someone improve, whether they're going for crazy weightlifting or they're just doing it for basic fitness. Like I think it's just
right?
fun to see people enjoy fitness as much as I do. I love exercising and it's a lot of fun. But my
Yeah.
bachelor's degree is going to be in exercise science, so that'll
Okay.
allow me to get into personal training. So we'll see with that. I think I have to call and talk to Cortland about doing my master's because I'm gonna do it through them. But
Okay.
I have to see if it's all online because if it's all online, it'll be no problem. but I don't know because right, like I said before we were recording, I've also said on past podcasts, me and Rachel want to move out of state. So if I
Yeah.
start my master's here, but I'm required to go to Cortland, it's going to be really tricky because I'm not going to be able to do that. So if it is all online, I'll be able to do it, start it here, and then leave. But
Right.
I got to figure all that out. Masters is
Yeah.
super expensive though. That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's where most kids' debt comes from. The master program, like when you get your masters,
Okay.
because you don't get financial aid with it, and I think you'd still be able to make payments on it, like basic, like how you have like your regular debt. Like I think I have like 18 grand in debt, which isn't even bad. Like
No, that's
school
not
debt,
that bad.
exactly. So but then once I get my masters, it'll probably double that, and then I'm and then I gotta pay it all. But obviously,
Yeah.
I don't think they don't expect it all in one payment. You get it broken
No.
up just like how you do it now. But
Right. Yeah. I mean, I have my masters. No, I'm kidding. I
I
don't.
was gonna
That'd be
say no
cool though.
way. I was like, I don't think you have your masters.
No, I don't have my masters. Um, you know.
You
But
are a
yeah, no,
master, just not in
I'm a
education.
master. Just not, yeah. I was gonna say something else, but I don't know if it'd be appropriate.
Probably not.
I'm a master in something.
Might
Uh,
involve fishing.
yeah.
Perfect.
I yeah. If you ever need your line baited,
Perfect.
I could do it.
Perfect. I'm hitting your line, bro. I'm hitting your line.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, I'm happy for you.
And now the screen is at the bottom of the thing.
All right, but I don't know. Leo pushed a screen out of our window, so
What am I supposed to do? I have to go get the fucking screen now.
okay. All right. Well, I gotta get my own fucking place. No, I'm just kidding. But
Dog's gone.
what? All right, real quick before we wrap it up, I want to talk a little bit more. We'll go back to obesity. Can you just run us through? So anyone, I know. So America faces a lot of obesity, and people struggle with it. People are successful with it, and they fight through it. And what is one thing, or like, what are some things you could give, like advice you could give, but also like walk us through the emotional roller coaster that it's probably been, because I know it's ups
Yeah.
and downs, and obviously like we were saying earlier with the beach, that's like the high point, and then it crashed. But like walk us through like how, like what the feeling is, some advice you could give to people who might be struggling
Yeah,
with obesity.
definitely. One of the biggest things I could definitely say is don't quit. Don't don't and I know that just sounds so cliche. Don't quit. Well, okay, that's easy for you to say,
Mm-hmm.
but like I'm serious when I say that because every time you start to lose weight, you always hit what I call as the wall. It's your breaking point. And that was what I was talking about earlier with my brother when I called him and I said, I'm done, I can't do this. I need to that's that wall. You need to break through that wall because if you don't, you're gonna go right back into the same old habits. They say it takes 24 days. I think it's like 24 days to break a habit,
And
to
it's like
start new
3 days
habits.
to start a new one or some shit like that.
Yeah. I always call the first 10 days is hell week. Because you're miserable. Your brain hurts, your body hurts, you're tired all the time, constantly sore. I'm dealing with it right now because I've been eating better to try to get this surgery. And then it just weirdly like just gets easier. And I hate to say that, but like the minute you start getting used to eating vegetables and eating, chicken and stuff, it gets easier. So as far as that goes, break through that wall, break that barrier, knock it down. That's the second thing. The best advice I can give you is enjoy your cheat meals. Have a cheat meal. You have to. Whenever I would have a good weigh-in, I had ice cream that night, or I would have some pizza. Like I gave myself that. But then those 6 days, I was eating healthy. I was, you know, I was eating healthy. I was exercising, and then I would have good weigh-ins. Also, the third thing, and I think the last thing is everybody's different. Cater to yourself. I, at being 600 pounds, could not eat a lean cuisine for lunch, a protein shake for breakfast, and a little 4-ounce portion of chicken and some vegetables for dinner and call it a day. My body would not cooperate with it. It wouldn't operate.
Mm-hmm.
My diet, when I lost all that weight, mostly consisted of I would have a protein shake in the morning, some sort of fruit or almonds or something as a snack. Lunch, I would have a half a sub bag of chips and a unsweet tea or a water. Like, that sounds like a decent amount. It's a lot, but I ate that. Then I would have another snack in the afternoon, and then for dinner, I would have chicken and potatoes or some fish or a hamburger. I cut the carbs out, a lot of the carbs.
Yeah.
And I seen success. I was losing a lot of weight eating like that. As the weight started coming off, I started getting more comfortable. Then I started having a salad for lunch, and then I started having, a little healthier options. But cater to yourself. Somebody like you, Josh, if you ate a half a sub and a bag of chips and stuff like that, if you had what I had during the day, you probably wouldn't see much success. You'd probably see gains. So, like, cater to your body. Like, some people go, well, how many calories? It says I should have 2,000 calories. Well, everybody's different.
Oh yeah.
I could lose weight eating 4,000 calories. It's just.
But yeah, your body's so much bigger. Like, it's.
Yeah.
I don't need as much fuel to power my
Right.
body, whereas you would need substantially more. Like,
Yep. And you have to have enough energy to operate.
Oh yeah.
At the end of the day, So,
Otherwise,
that's
otherwise
the
you're
most-
just killing yourself, not eating.
Right. And that's the most advice I could probably give some people. Don't quit. Cater to your own body. Don't go with a set meal plan that the generic meal plan.
Yeah, don't just
everybody's doing.
Google a meal plan and think.
Yeah,
that
don't just
that's-
Google healthy diets and think it's gonna work.
Yeah, it's probably for a person who's in their mid-20s and probably like maybe 250. Like, that's probably what they're like when they show it on the page. That's probably what they're looking at.
Yeah. So that's the most I could give as far as advice goes. Because, like I said, I'm still currently dealing with it. As far as the mental aspect, it's been hard. So I have a hard time giving a lot of advice for that. But the only thing I could just keep saying is going back to the don't quit. Just wake up every day and being happy you woke up and that you get to have another day. I think that's a big part of it. I think that, with COVID, it's caused a lot of issues, a lot of mental issues with a lot of people. People have become and developed a lazier lifestyle because there's nothing to do.
Yeah.
I'm part of that. So, it is what it is.
Just keep fighting. That's it.
Yeah.
It's a fight. It never stops. People that even are in shape, they're fighting, keep their body in shape, because
Yep.
as soon as you stop doing what you're doing, things are gonna go downhill. So
That's it.
if I just decide to stop working out and I eat like shit, but I work out so much, and I am still young, so like my body is able to just kick it out. I think I've been 175 for the past year. Like, I literally haven't moved. I've been maybe like 172 at a point, 178, but I've always been in between 170 and 180. And literally for the past year, and I eat like shit. I had an ice cream cone before we started this, so like
I know.
Dude, it's so funny. But no, like if I just randomly stopped working out, I would gain weight probably very fast.
Yep.
Very fast.
Yep.
But
You lose the muscle.
oh yeah. Dude, when quarantine first hit and I couldn't go to the gym, I was benching like 250. Okay, so right now my PR is 285. I don't go for PRs anymore because I think I was doing something and I did the rep, but I felt like my shoulder was off. And then I went to PT and they were just like, they advised just stay off of heavy weight. So now the most I do is 225 on bench, which is still a pretty good amount of weight, but I go for reps.
Oh yeah.
I go for reps now. I hit 10 the other day, or like a few weeks ago, which was amazing. It was crazy. I couldn't believe I hit 225 for 10, but send me the combine, but
Yeah, right.
But no, I don't go for heavy weight anymore. But regardless, quarantine, when it first hit, I went back to the gym, dude. I felt weak as hell. Like, I was still doing like home workouts, like push-ups and doing all that shit, but like, it's not the same. Like, when you're really when you're invested in weightlifting, like I am, it's you hit a downward slope so fast as soon as you stop. Like even if I take a 4-day break of the gym and I'll go back and I'll be like, man, this shit's heavy, or like it feels way heavier than it did just a week ago, and that's just because it's consistent. Your body gets used to it, and then when you stop, it declines. So same with weight.
Yep.
Same with weight.
Yep.
Body gets comfortable, and then as soon as you change the routine, it's not so comfortable anymore.
No, that it's not.
But damn. Well, we're gonna end it here. I want to get you back in, like, we're not gonna put a time on it, but I'm gonna get you back for another part after your surgery, after
I would say
you
maybe after surgery.
yeah, after you grind a little bit, we'll see what's going on
Mhm.
and see where you're at. But yeah, the obesity is a real thing, but you are
Yeah.
you are I'm very I admire how hard you work. It's obviously been tough for you, and I would obviously personally I wish you kept going. But
Yeah.
obviously fucking life, dude, life hits you, and that's what happened with you. And I get that, and it just sucks because
Yeah.
from my point of view, it's like, damn, I really wish you like kept grinding, and like we had it. You were so close to doing what you've always
Oh,
wanted.
you and me both, though. You know,
But-
you and me both.
Yeah, but like
Kills me every day, but
yeah, but life, bro, you can't escape it. If
Yep.
it messes with you, it messes with you. There's nothing you can do about
Yep.
it. So, but I want to thank you for joining me, Wayne, talking about
Yeah,
talking about obesity a little bit. Because I know, obviously, like the things that I say, we're very close on a personal level, so it's not like the things that I might say that might seem rude or out of place. It's not. So
no,
Um,
that's just our relationship.
yeah,
That's just how we are.
exactly.
with each other.
and that's what makes it good, because that way we can talk really about it and like what
Yep.
happened. So, but yeah, thank you for talking. It's very interesting.
Yeah, no problem.
So if anyone at home fighting obesity, this is a little gateway into what you're really looking at and looking to get
Yep.
into, as far as consistency, the routines you have to do, what to expect, the failures, up and downs, bro. It's not, yeah. And that's okay. We can talk about it. I can literally talk all day long about fail, because like I when people go to the gym for the first time too, they don't see results in a week. It's like, yeah, you're not gonna see results in a week. You gotta wait. Like, I've been lifting for 5 years, and obviously my physique is nice. Like if I like at workout, it looks like I have a lot of muscle. Well, yeah, I've been doing it for 4 or 5 years, so it's gonna be like that. Like it doesn't just happen overnight. But
Right.
people don't get that. People want immediate results, and that's the problem. But
Yeah.
it's a long journey. But once you get there, you're happy. That's the best thing you can do. So,
Yep.
and I'll be ready. I'll be waiting, Wayne, at the finish line for you when
Yeah,
for your journey. I can already see it. I've been there before.
Yeah.
We've had it happen. We were close, but the next one, it'll be even higher.
Next one.
Be higher.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
That's right.
But thanks again, Wayne, for joining me. It's been great
Yeah, no
talking to you. I'll definitely get you back, and obviously we talk all the time. So,
Oh yeah.
but yeah, well, I'll get you back after your surgery goes well. We could talk more about that. Kind of like we can actually get more into it, because I'm actually curious in like what they like procedures go, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah, and I'm open about all of it, so I'm hoping I can help other people too. So
perfect. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, a lot of people. Again, America's like #1 obesity and all that shit. So
we're a bunch of fatties. What can we say?
pretty much, man. When you got McDanks down the road, man.
I got a Taco Bell. I don't even have to hit a stoplight to get to. I can just go right around the corner. It's right there.
I
you know?
literally,
It's nothing.
I literally had McDonald's today. I'm not even gonna lie. I had a nice burger, but whatever. It's alright. I didn't even go to the gym today either. I've been slacking. Damn it.
You're gonna be like me soon.
Yeah. That'd be
You're like,
I'm like 5'8". There's like, you know how hard it would be for me to even get to like.
you wouldn't be able to get out of bed.
I would actually have to like try to gain that weight. Like, there's no. I don't think my body would just. Nah, there's no. There's no way.
No, I just don't think it could happen.
Yo, imagine 5'8", 6'6". Oh, dude, there's no chance, bro. 620 was your max weight. Yeah, at 5'8". Imagine that shit. Nah. All right, thank you for joining me,
No
Wayne.
problem.
I appreciate your
problem.
time, and thanks for everyone watching at home or listening. Drop a sub, hit like, do what you want to do. But I would like to see some comments below. If you made it this far, drop some comments. And I'll catch you guys in the next Just Joshin. Later.